Hi, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
And we are Working Class Nerds.
We're the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is December 27th, 2018. You can find this Holy Shit We Made It a Year podcast on Google Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Apple Podcast, and Stitcher. You can find me on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And this week we hit 1 year of doing the podcast.
That's Brian's soundboard that we don't have.
Well, we, as you know, just recorded an episode last week, but we had to talk about the show on our anniversary, so, in honor of that, today we'll be talking about what it was like going from breaking down The Last Jedi, with squeaky chairs and fans in the background, to where we are now. But first, you want to talk about our weeks?
I just want to say thanks.
Yeah, of course. Thanks to you, too.
Because we decided to do this. We've talked about it. And then we made it happen. And really, truly, I tell everybody, you get a mic and you just start talking.
Yeah.
And we're still fucking terrible at this. It's just...
That's the whole premise of the show.
Right, but now we're just even more terrible, but at least we sound better.
Right. We figured out the mic settings. There's no fans or squeaky chairs.
Well, there's can opening and, like, smashing the table down.
And typing when we're trying to say discreet things to each other.
Right, and I still say like a champ.
Oh, yeah.
But I listened to one of the episodes, earlier ones. I don't remember what it was. Maybe 2 or 3. And I must have said like or 4 million times. I was thinking if there was a drinking game involved in that, you wouldn't even be able to walk.
Right. You'd get through like the first 20 minutes and be toasted.
You ever see that GIF where like the baby just falls face first on the couch because it passes out?
Yes.
That would be your drinking game if you listen to me say And I still say it all the time.
Oh, 100%.
Anyway, so Nick, was Santa... Well, let me start that over.
Sure.
How was Mariana's gifts for you?
They were excellent. In true best girlfriend ever form. She got me some awesome stuff. But let me take it from the top, okay? So, I got a bunch of video game related stuff, and some other non-video game related things. I got some clothes and some other good stuff. But my awesome parents got me new computer speakers. They're actually the same speakers that I had before, but broke. The old ones broke. And I got new Logitech Z623 speakers.
Wait, you still use speakers?
Yeah.
I never use them anymore. It's always a headset.
Yeah, but like if I want to play music, if like we're pre-gaming to go out somewhere, or if I I can be loud, I'll use speakers. Cause it's nice. It's got a big old like 8-inch subwoofer, and then the two speakers get really loud.
Yeah, I have the Bose ones behind you, and I just never use them.
Yeah, I like to use them. I like to use them for a lot of music stuff, but then also like if I'm watching a show, and I can.
You ever play any like loud. That? You know that old like 70s like mellow dance music?
Bow chicka wow. Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, that's where I was going. Anyway.
I cannot confirm nor deny. So, besides the awesome speakers. And I highly recommend those. Back it up. We're back to episode 1, stumbling over our words here.
But no, you're not.
My awesome sister, who's in Morocco right now.
What? Oh yeah, she's here on Christmas, and I was like, "Ari, you want another drink?" She's like, "No, I gotta fly. I gotta leave the house at like 5 in the morning." I'm like, "That's so stupid."
Yeah, she flies out the day after Christmas.
Day after Christmas, it's just a terrible idea.
Yeah. Well, her school starts like the 9th or whatever. It's like next week.
They're intense.
I know. MCPHS don't play no games.
I guess so.
But anyways, she got me Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Switch. What up? Which is pretty awesome. And I played a little bit of that, and it's really cool. And I'll be breaking that down a lot more once I get into it. I just kind of played for like an hour.
I really want to Switch just for that game.
I know. And then it's so I could kick your ass with Link. Over and over.
Well, whatever. You can bring the pain. I'll use Wario and just win, right? I just think Carrie will kill me if I buy
another something.
Yeah, because like I have a 3DS, but the 3DS is so like 2006.
Yeah,
like the graphics, and it's just not there.
Yeah, I get you. And the Switch is the perfect combo between handheld and like a regular console.
Console. Console.
You're in my head because I had to stop and think about it this time.
Console?
Fucker.
All
Anyways. Also, as I was alluding to before, Mariana,
Who's that?
also known as the best girlfriend ever, bought me a new Logitech gaming mouse.
Which one?
I'll get to it. I have notes here. You can read them too.
I can't wait.
There's a logical progression.
You know,
of
I'm
my
a
thoughts.
Logitech guy. Like, so anything Logitech is the best.
I know. That's why I got Logitech speakers
Right.
and a Logitech keyboard and a Logitech mouse and a Logitech regular mouse that I have right here. Anyways, I didn't really want a gaming mouse that had 4 gazillion buttons like Marcus has because it's just overwhelming and I'll forget which one to press. If I'm being honest, I get flustered and it's too much for me. So, in light of that, I asked for the Logitech G403, which is a little more simple. It's got like 2 thumb buttons, a sensitivity setting, the toggle, the scrolling wheel, of course.
That's the Logitech Pro gaming mouse. So
Right,
basically,
exactly.
all of the esports people use that mouse.
Yeah.
Who are sponsored by Logitech.
Right.
Because that's the one that's regulated by esports or whatever.
Yeah.
It's super light.
I like it. Yeah, it comes with like a 10-gram weight. I put that in there. I prefer a little bit of extra weight on there. Yeah. It is super light. But I like it a lot. It works great. I've used it a little bit. And it's a lot better than what I had before. I had another Logitech mouse that you gave me.
G502 or G500.
I don't remember which one it was.
502. Yeah,
it was an older model.
Yeah.
But it was just wearing out. Like, you used it when you played Call of Duty, because I could tell because the click button was wearing out. Like, I'd click and drag stuff, and it would, like, unclick halfway through, even though I was still holding it down. It was just, like, beat to shit.
You know what's crazy, though?
Yeah.
This is how awesome Logitech is. If you called Logitech and told them their mouse was failing, they'd send you a new one for free.
Yeah, I probably should have just done that instead. Yeah, but then I'd have to get, like, your info and stuff.
No, you don't. You just tell them you have a Logitech mouse and it sucks.
Well, whatever. But either way, I
care.
continued to support Logitech and bought another one of their products.
Well, I was just going to say, but I like to buy new things.
I do, too. I like this. Like, this one's got RGB, whatever the hell, the colors change and rotate, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to use it more and more, once I finish Red Dead Redemption 2 and start playing, I don't know, some other game on my computer. Maybe I'll play World of Warcraft or MapleStory or something.
Yeah, right.
Some game on my computer.
No. If you're going to play anything, you're going to play SOTOR. I mean, come on.
I know, that was the joke.
I know, just finish playing fucking Red Dead. Anyway, I'm not trying to steal your thunder.
Well, it sure seems like it, damn it.
No.
Jeez, we'll podcast for 1 year and we're like a married couple. Last thing. So, I'm going to see the new Dragon Ball Super movie. I officially made plans. We're going January 16th, opening day in the U.S. I think
What? What's that noise? I'm powering up for the entire movie. What? Sorry.
But, me and my buddy Joey are going, and one of his friends, I believe Ethan, is also going. So shout out to those guys. And I'm just really pumped about it, because they're the only Dragon Ball Super fans that I know of. Basically.
Is it dubbed, or is it in Japanese with subtitles?
No, it's actually the English dub is out.
Oh, that's great.
Which is cool.
Well, I don't know if I could go to the movies and see a Japanese vocals.
With English subtitles?
Because it would be so loud in the theater and like
back and forth.
Yeah, and they're just and you're just trying to read the subtitles and you're like, I can't do it. Like, at least at home you could pause it. Okay, what did I miss them saying?
See,
even though all it's saying is what, powering up, what. But anyway,
I disagree. Because I've been watching Super in Japanese with the English subtitles, like, because I want to see it right when it comes out. Because the Japanese one comes out like months and months ahead of time. Like, I think the English dub is not even at the end of Super yet, and the movie's already coming out.
Right.
So anyhow,
but I got
Go ahead.
Another question.
Yeah.
January 18th.
Yeah.
The movie comes out. Unbreakable 2.
Oh.
Mr. Glass.
Right.
I don't ever watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any fucking time for it.
Yeah.
I was watching TV for like the 15 minutes till I was waiting for you to come over with my wife. And
right.
It came on and I was like, whoa, they're in an they're like in some insane asylum.
Yeah.
And the villains break out, and it's like Mr. Glass and Bruce Willis's character need to like team up.
Yep.
I'm fucking pumped because that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Unbreakable.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool movie.
It's an awesome movie. I'm a mega comic book nerd.
So, are you trying to tell me that I need to see two movies in like 2 days?
Well, I don't care what you do. I'm going to see that movie the day it comes out.
All right. Well, we'll have to do an episode on it. Damn it.
Well, no, I'm definitely going to talk about it.
So, Marcus, did Santa bring you anything sweet, or what? What's the deal?
I'm going to go with the ultra response and say all I wanted for Christmas was my family to be with me, and it happened.
That's
so
true.
I've been waiting my whole life to host Christmas at my house with my wife and my kids. And because my whole life it was wake up, Santa. Okay, come on, we got to go to Johnny's house.
Right.
And like you're leaving, you're like, my Ninja Turtle lair, no.
Right.
Can I at least bring Splinter? And they're like, sure. And then you end up fucking forgetting Splinter there, and you don't ever see him again. You got to buy another one, you know?
Right.
Anyways, so there was 20-something people at our house, eating, drinking, opening up gifts, chasing Julia around the house.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome coming over. So I had to work until like a couple hours into the party, basically. And I came over, and Julia, Marcus's daughter, who's about to turn 3, was waiting in their front window. Marcus must have told them that I was here. I told her that I was here. And she's just standing there, like, I can only see her upper half, and she's just waving with a big old smile. It was awesome.
You just forgot the biggest part. You're her godfather. So
I am her godfather, so she extra likes me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, she didn't for a while, but anyway. So she, so the Christmas was great. It's fucking tiring, and of course, Christmas Eve, Julia got super sick because all of her cousins that she was with, all are sick. Right. So inevitably she gets sick. Right? Yeah, younger. Yeah. Well, no, older cousins. She got sick, so she's kind of been miserable, but I've been off all week. Like, I've had to do minimal work.
Right.
Like, I had to meet an electrician, and, like, I had to meet, plumber. Mm-hmm. And today they were pouring they were making my base for my he shed, which I'm going to start building soon over the winter.
You might want to clarify what a he shed is.
So it's a shed.
Instead of a she shed, which is the counterpart to a man cave.
Yeah, so
he was combining the two and making a he shed.
Yeah, so it's basically a 12-foot by 16-foot shed that is only going to have a couch, 65-inch TV, my computer, and our podcast studio location.
Right.
And a beer fridge.
Of course.
And a wine fridge for my wife, because she doesn't want to get rid of that.
Yeah, you have a nice wine fridge. You should keep it.
Well, I will, but it's going to be mine, and it's completely detached from the house. So my daughter was like, Daddy, you're building your own house? I said, well, kind of. And she's like, can I move in there with you? And I was like, no, you sleep here. Well, I don't want to sleep here. I said, Julia, I'm still going to sleep in this house. And she just doesn't get it. She thinks I'm moving into the backyard.
You're basically creating the proverbial doghouse for you to retreat into.
But the only thing I can think of is, do you remember the show Full House?
Yes, of course.
So Uncle Jesse was in a band.
Yeah.
And so they recorded in their basement.
Yeah.
So whenever they were recording, they flipped a light switch and it had a red light to say recording. So if we're going to have 2 sconces on the outside of the house, it's going to have 2 separate switches. So when we're recording, the red light's going to be turned on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. So tomorrow I'm going to order some lumber and...
get to getting.
Yeah, get to getting. Hopefully I can get the floor built before the first snow, like the first real snow falls, but if not, it's basically a winter project just to keep me busy.
Yeah.
And I don't mind freezing my ass off, so... And I'm going to be at my own house, so it's...
Yeah, it's a little easier to work on.
And I'm going to have air conditioning and heat, so it'll be a year-round home. Or, I mean, shed. Anyway, in gaming news... Oh, first off, so I had an Alienware laptop.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 13-inch. It was great.
Yep.
The mistake I made is it had a 4K screen, which if anybody's shopping for a computer or a laptop, don't just buy a 4K screen unless it has a video card to support it.
Right.
So this computer had a GTX 960, which does not fucking support a 4K monitor.
No, absolutely not.
So I had to turn SOTOR down to like medium.
Which sucks.
Which sucks, because on my regular computer, it looks phenomenal in 4K.
Right. I know what that's like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because I have a 4K monitor with a GTX 950M, which absolutely does not work together.
And if you turn people are like, "Oh, just turn it down." It doesn't work like that.
Right.
The screen gets all fucked up.
Yeah, it actually works a lot better when I connect my 1080 monitor
Correct.
to it, and then it like runs properly on high or whatever.
Exactly. Yep. So, anyway, so I've been researching. So I bought an MSI laptop. I'm not super impressed with it yet. I've got like 20 days left or so to return it. I really, really, really liked my Alienware.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a refurb, which it ended up having a hard drive problem. They
On the
fixed-
Alienware, you mean?
On the Alienware. They fixed it, and then it broke again.
Yep.
So then I just ripped out the hard drive and put in my own. And it actually works really well.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with it is the storage on it was only a 500 gig.
Yep.
And that shit gets filled up quick.
Yeah, especially if you're playing games.
Like this one has a terabyte and a
250 something.
250 gig solid state. So it's got plenty to run the system and then any game I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. In game, I've been playing some Battlefront 2. It's fun, man. I think DICE did a man. That DICE engine is beautiful.
Right.
I mean, the sun. I'm running as a stormtrooper, and the sun's just gleaming off the armor, and I'm playing it, of course, on ultra.
Yeah.
So if you're running around for a while, the shit gets dirty, and then it gets dull.
That's
It's
cool.
crazy to me. Something else that's pretty cool is the droids. Playing as like the Clone Wars droids.
Oh, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Well, I'm saying in multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. It's really, really fun. Anyway.
But it's a beautiful game.
Yeah. In SOTOR Gaming, I've been running the dailies on OSIS, yes. I complain about it. But with the whole, like, Christmas week and the preparation, all the ops teams being off, I've really took a step back from playing. Like, I've only played a couple times. I still only have one piece of 252 gear, which is my main hand, where I know some people that have like 4 or 5 pieces of gear already, and I'm just like, whatever, I'll get there.
Yeah.
It's the holiday season. I enjoy it, but BioWare fucked up, man. And I'm a huge BioWare fan, and I love what they do with SOTOR, but I'm having a problem right now with where the gear stands, because I remember we talked about it with Nazir,
Yeah.
and we were arguing back and forth, but now I'm realizing that if I'm a new level 70 and I've already done all the story content,
Yep.
right, I'll just go to OSIS, grind the shit out of the dailies and do all those things and just get 252 gear. So the command levels that you get are null and void because it's 230, 236, and 248, essentially,
Right.
gear. But it doesn't mean anything because you can just start right at 252. Yeah, it'll
if
take
you,
a little
if you
while
do
to
the
grind.
if you grind out the dailies.
Right. You can, yes, it's going to be a little harder and you need 230 gear, but you get that anyway. So, I don't know. I just think they need to get rid of tier 1 and 2, the 230 and 236. Start off tier 1 with 242, tier 2 is 248, and then tier 3 or tier 4 is 252. Figure that shit out, because on OSIS, the gear that drops on OSIS is 242 gear. So basically they're saying all that other gear is fucking garbage.
Right.
But they can't fix it. That's my
gripe, I guess.
yeah. What do you think?
I think that makes sense, especially like for me. I'm kind of in that spot. I'm level 70 on my.
Yeah, I think you're all in 236 gear.
I think 236, and I don't even know if I am 230. Is there lower than 236? 228. Sorry, Marcus made some lewd gestures while I was trying to talk. That's me though. I'm in the low level gear, so now I'm thinking to myself like I'm gonna go play through the story content, which is next on the list after Red Dead Redemption 2, and then just go straight to OSIS and grind some stuff until I have 252 gear.
Right.
Or at least if I do other things, it'll be 242, and it's still an upgrade. And I don't have to go.
Right.
I don't even have to go through the command rank stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Which they might be doing it on purpose to help give people like a jump start to get towards that new set of gear. But I don't know,
But it's making everything else in the game
less relevant.
less relevant.
Yeah. Well,
and maybe that's what they want, is they want everybody to play the new content. But for me, as a player that's already done the story, I liked getting the command crates because I was constantly upgrading my gear. Mm-hmm. And for all like the tunes that haven't gone through the stories yet or whatever it is, you're still not, you can still earn gear, but now you're forced to go to OSIS, because why would you ever grind out command levels to get 242 gear when you can just go to OSIS and get 252?
Right. It does, yeah.
It's fucking dumb.
I get you.
Anyway.
Back at the ranch. So, in SOTOR news, there was a patch last week that fixed a few bugs. I believe Eric gave us a little note.
It was Eric.
That said, this is the full list of changes coming to 5.10a.
And that dropped last Thursday.
Which is, last Thursday. So, when we recorded last.
Yes.
First bullet point says, it is no longer possible for characters to be left with no main story mission after completing Inflection Point. Flesh and Steel will now track kill progress for the entire operations group on Alright X8 and Kelsic?
Yeah.
Kelsic as intended.
So what that means, Nick, is when you were in a group, these are the two. Flesh and Steel is your main hand, offhand.
Okay.
What you get in 252.
Yep.
Those are the world bosses on OSIS. You can do it once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So what was happening is you were in an ops group and you were killing these bosses.
Yeah.
And you weren't getting credit for it. So people were dropping group at 5% right before they killed the boss.
Yeah.
To get credit, and it would work half the time. Somebody said that they did it 5 times, but they only got credit once.
Yeah, who did we talk to last episode?
BC.
BC was saying that.
Yeah.
It happened to him and his people in his party or something to that effect. So it also says, characters who reunite with Darkseid Jaysa will no longer have her influence set to 1. Darkseid Jaysa will once again accept your companion gifts.
Get problem. Darkseid Jaysa. Terrible idea.
No way! Darkseid Jaysa is the best Jaysa. I can't wait to get to this story. Anyways, get me all riled up here. It also says, characters who acquired... oh boy, there's more. Characters who acquired Darkseid Jaysa prior to 5.10a have had her influence rating restored to their pre-5.10 values. No! That's terrible! All my work for Darkseid Jaysa is just gone.
No. They're saying that it's back. They fixed it. So now when you get Darkseid Jaysa, if you were at level 30 with her, when she comes back, she'll be level 30. They basically fixed the problem.
Oh, that's good. I would like that. It also says the lightsabers equipped to Darth Malgus and Tau Adair. And Tau Adair, along with blaster rifle equipped to Major Anri, are now bind on pickup as intended. They were bind on equip. The weekly Masterwork Data Crystal is now available on all days of the week, not just Tuesday. The Guild perk Professional Training.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard.
Yeah, why would it only be available on Tuesdays? Masterwork Data Crystal Tuesdays doesn't have a nice ring to it like Taco Tuesdays does.
Exactly.
It also says the Guild perk Professional Training now grants a 5% critical rate for crew skills as intended. Also, players will no longer see odd, in some cases blocking behavior, such as doors improperly locking in Flashpoint and Operation Encounters. And Eric wants to note, just to reiterate, we know there are some other remaining issues following 5.10. We will continue to address those issues in future updates. Stay tuned for more info on those as we get into 2019. Sincerely, Eric.
So basically, he's saying, look, we shut down.
Yeah, for the holidays. Like, we fixed some of this stuff, but and we know of the other things.
Right. Even if they're in the office, they're just playing video games. They're probably playing Anthem.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Alpha testing Anthem just because.
Right.
Anyway.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord information, and jump in any of the chat channels. Mainly the SOTOR channel, and ask for a guild invite. I'm always in the SOTOR channel, but if you're really looking for an officer to invite, Dent is really great at it.
He's the masterson of guild invites.
Yeah, he definitely is great. Everybody else is great too, but Dent is really great at inviting.
He's like, everyone else is like Hall of Famers in terms of guild invites, but Dent is like the Tom Brady. You know what I mean? There's only one Tom Brady, and it's Dent.
Yeah, he's a GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so you can get that guild invite and come play with us, because we would love to have you. And now, Nick's news.
So we're going to start a new segment coming at you in 2019 here. and this will be the beta test for the new segment, but where I give some gaming news and other various nerdy things that I'm into. So what I want to talk about today is I didn't even have a chance to ask you in the craziness that was this December. Did you see the new Avengers Endgame trailer?
Holy shit!
And what did you think of it? And first of all, there's a name for the Avengers 4.
Yes.
It's called Avengers Endgame. There's a trailer.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
And it's coming out in April.
And if I remember correctly, Captain Marvel's in March, so we don't have to wait long at all between those two. Whew. It's going to be great.
The trailer was awesome because it threw a lot of dog bones at you. I saw a bunch of theories. I'm not even going to get into it. Some of the coolest parts I saw were, what's the Avengers ship called? It's called something.
It is called something, but I don't think they call it anything in the movies.
No, but whatever it is. So one of the coolest scenes in the trailer was when it was just floating into space.
Yeah.
Like
with Tony Stark on it?
Right, and Gamora's sister.
Nova.
Yeah. And that scene was awesome. And then something else that I really liked about that scene was Thanos' armor just hanging in like this perfect, tranquil Titan. Wherever he lives, Titan 2.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that his super world was Titan 2 way in the past before it was destroyed.
Right.
And that's where he went to live out his retirement.
Right. That's pretty cool.
But my question to you is, and before you break down your favorite parts,
yeah,
is this going to be a time travel movie?
I think so. How can you not? I mean, one of the big fan theories that's out there, and most people probably know about, is the color schemes with each of the
scenes.
Yeah, which each of the scenes. Obviously, Tony Stark is bathed in green light throughout most of it, which correlates to the Time Stone. So I think that's going to be. I think it's a good 45 to 50 seconds of the 2-minute trailer is all green lit. I think a big component is going to be the Time Stone, and you already have. I completely forgot Ant-Man's real name. Anyways, Scott Lang. Scott Lang is stuck in the quantum realm, and everyone knows quarks and quantum physics doesn't give a shit about time. You can have quantumly entangled things that travel at this, react together faster than the speed of light. But anyways, time's definitely going to be a big component. I think they're going to go back in time. They're going to prevent the snap, and or just bring people back somehow. I don't see how time travel could not be in it. I think it's going to be interesting.
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. I think this is the end. I think this is perfect. So they named it Endgame, but it's also the end for
some of the first round of Avengers.
I think so. Because if you look at Tony Stark...
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think, Tony Stark, he's getting a little old, man. Yeah. How old is he now? He's got to be close to 50.
Right.
How long can he... Well, I know he said that he'll keep doing Iron Man until he's dead.
Right.
But
how long is the character going to live out that arc? You know what I mean?
Before,
it just gets
him and Pepper Potts have a kid, and then he becomes the new Iron Man. Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
But I think it's a valid point. I think you're going to see a lot of the first generation Avengers not come back. I think Hawkeye's not going to come. He's going to be in the movie, but I mean, I'm talking about after this movie.
Well, let's talk about how fucking angry that dude looks.
Hawkeye looks fucking pissed. He's just on full-blown Archer rampage.
Yes.
He's, got some crazy haircut, buzzed the sides. He's just murder-laden people with some, katana-looking thing.
What the fuck is going on
right
now?
It looks... The shot we see of him, Black Widow finds him, and he, turns, he's just got, this crazed, wild look in his eyes.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
He's yeah, exactly. It looks like, if I had to guess, his family got killed in the snap, and he's just been on full-blown rampage.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think he's not coming back after this movie. I don't think Captain America's coming back after this movie. I don't think Iron Man, Tony Stark's coming back after this movie. I think maybe Black Widow will. I don't know if that character wants to keep going. And I don't know if Bruce Banner or the Hulk will be involved. Or maybe Banner will be just as a sciencey, support type role. Right. I don't think the Hulk will be hulking out much.
Well, maybe.
But I think there's going to be a substantial number of them that aren't going to be super involved going forward. It'll be like a changing of the guard type of movie.
It's one of those things where at some point they have to start changing like the comics did.
Right.
Eventually, the Avengers ended up being a different group of people.
Right. Exactly. I think that's you're gonna see start to happen.
I think so too, and I think Spider-Man is going to be a big part of that moving forward.
I think so too. I think he's gonna be one of the. He can't, maybe not a leader, but definitely a big.
Well, I think he's going to be one of the leaders. Maybe not like the leader, but
the guy. Yeah.
the guy. But he's going to be that common person,
Right.
You know, because what's the not Archangel, the guy with the big wings,
Hawkman.
Hawkman?
Is that
No,
that's DC? Sorry. Wow, that was just
That's fucking
terrible.
Feral.
I'm.
Fucking. Anyway,
I just got Marcus so pissed.
yeah. Anyway, you got to pee.
I sure do. Do you want to ask me if we want to take a break? You forgot the formula. Well, anyways, we'll be right back. And we're back. So today we're discussing our 1 year anniversary of the podcast. We just want to talk about all the fun we've had making the show, some trials and tribulations that we've had throughout the episodes. Thank all the guests for coming on, and just reminisce about how far we've come.
So, first off, my big thank you is to you, Nick.
Yeah, and thank you to you as well.
I know we said it before, but this shit came out. So I was looking back. So our original logo was just a Word document with working class nerds, and then
Oh, yeah, that was
and then I
terrible.
met Cam,
Yep.
and he made our awesome fucking logo. And then newsflash, as of last night,
Oh, I forgot to sell.
yes,
You should have put that in the beginning.
no, I wanted to just drop it up like it's hot. So, Nick and I on the back end have been, working on making our show real a little bit. And Nick has some awesome news for you guys to hear and to check out.
So I want you to go into your mobile device or anything with an internet connection, your browser, if you will, and type in www.workingclassnerds.com and hit enter.
Wait, we have a website?
We have a website!
Yeah, so
And it's live.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting for us because it's that first step into a larger world.
Yeah.
And, slowly but surely we're making those jumps to make this not just a Buzzsprout page.
Yeah.
Like a real.
It's a real thing,
Yeah, exactly. And then second thing is, I want to take a minute to thank every single one of the guests that have come on our show. If we forget somebody, I'm really sorry. Digging through old show notes to find all of the names.
It was tough. I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, but if we did forget somebody,
We apologize in advance.
First person has to be Dent.
Yeah, of course, our first guest, episode 6.
And coming on the show so many times and becoming the
Masterson of movie reviews.
Whoa! He said it.
And also the Masterson of Guild invites.
Yes. Thanks. Brian from the Bad Feeling podcast, even though, he said it was charity to come on to our show. But
Such a dick.
yeah, but I think he was still stoned from his little trip to Vegas,
Yep.
eating those gummy bears. Al.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Al's just awesome.
I'm so glad he finally got a Gmail account.
Yeah, me too. That's like the milestone. So as we've gotten to know some of these guests, I'll tell you what, man. Al getting a Gmail account, you guys don't understand. It sounds easy to you guys.
But apparently, if you're from Bulgaria, getting a Gmail account is like jumping through hoops at the circus. It's really difficult.
It's like juggling 4 knives.
Right.
Exactly. Ted from the State of the Old Republic.
Of course.
Yeah, he came on. He was great. And honestly, it was awesome because not only did he come on our show, I went on his a few times. So it was great.
Yep.
Ari.
My sister?
Yeah, my arch nemesis.
Yep. The epic debates. We're gonna have more when Captain Marvel comes out.
Yeah, I think as the new Marvel movies come out into the new year, I think she's going to be on a lot more because her and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yeah, and it makes for good podcast content.
Exactly. I want to thank Albus. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Bishop, of course, it was awesome talking to you. Can't wait to run some ops with you in the new year.
Yep.
Max and Seema.
Of course.
Thanks so much. We had the most technical...
Oh my god! Of course, we had the most technical difficulties. I think Marcus's internet I don't know, had the flu that day or something. It was like in and out, in and out, in and out, and it just kept dropping like our conversations.
Right, and we had to like start conversations over a couple times. I mean, I just felt like we were back at episode 1.
Yeah, I felt entirely unprepared.
No, that one was probably better sound, a better quality of connection than that episode was. I felt bad for Max and Sema because it was such a good episode.
Like, the conversation was good, but it just kept cutting in and out, and it was...
And they were so patient with it.
Yeah. So thank you for your patience and for coming on the show. Then, Sakari, thank you for coming on the show, of course.
Well,
we had a lot of fun talking to you.
Yeah, we loved having Sakari on. Speaking of Sakari, the Passionately Casual podcast called it quits today. It was a live Twitter post.
Oh, yeah.
They said that just their lives are so busy that they can't continue the show right now. And I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I understand how busy I am, and if we didn't have, Thursday nights or podcast night.
Right. If we didn't have that one night in a week free.
Yeah, exactly. Then
we'd probably have to do something similar.
Right, exactly. Scrubland Chad, I mean, fuck. He was just fun.
That's awesome.
He's so fucking funny, man. I'll watch his Twitch streams and on Friday nights, and I'll just pop in and say hello. He'll go bananas. Marcus! Like screaming at the top of his lungs. I'm thinking to myself, if his wife is sleeping, he's fucking totally waking her up while he's streaming this goddamn game.
Probably.
He's been so much fun, and it's how you meet connections. And, I mean, him and I just started liking each other's stuff from Twitter back and forth, and next thing you know, he's on the podcast, and we talk on a regular basis.
That's really cool.
Yeah. The next one really hits home for me because, Doc Sotor, not only did he join Death Star Troopers, and he became the co-host to TeenyCast. He was a guest on the show, and I was completely lost in fucking Doctor Psychology talk with you.
Yeah, he was our second guest ever after Dent.
Yeah, and, Nick and him got onto this, like, crazy big word train. Alphabet soup, and I was just sitting here going, that's all I could hear. It's like they were speaking Latin, and I'm sitting here just
not understanding.
I'm waiting for them to say something. Oh, yeah, they said dog. Oh, I know what that is. Yeah, hey, guys, I have a dog, too, But not only has Doc Sotor joined Death Star Troopers, come on the show, he's become an awesome friend of mine and ours.
Yeah.
So I have huge respect for him and all the stuff he's doing in-game and out of game and,
with the community and everything.
Well, the community and his own, like, doctor stuff. It's fucking crazy. Thanks, Chill. Co-host of Utini, that was the first SOTOR podcast I was on.
Utini?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that's what started the Infinity Gauntlet.
You're wearing a new TeenyCast t-shirt right now.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. I am. Too bad we're not live, and then they could see it. Big thank you to Derek Brinkman. Derek is the lead developer, producer for Legends of Aria, which just released on Steam.
Yep.
It's a Ultima Online kind of ish game, over the top kind of MMO, like open world PvP, like everybody dies.
Everybody doesn't die.
Well, anyway, so it was awesome for him to come on because most of our guests have been like SOTOR related or PlayStation console related. Console?
Nope.
Anyway, related games, so it was awesome to have Derek on. And we met him at PAX East, which will be there at PAX again. So I'm hoping we can get more people on the show.
Yeah, from PAX and from
PAX to talk about their games. Big shout out to Eric Musco.
Of course.
Yeah, that interview was awesome.
That was a fantastic conversation. If you haven't listened to it, stop what you're doing. Well, finish this episode if you'd like, but then go listen to our Eric Musco episode.
And I don't know if, like, people just treat him like shit or not. But, like, we're trying to, like, be, like...
Friendly
and lighthearted. And he's like, I can't talk about that because somebody will destroy me for it. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, why would somebody destroy you for being honest? Yeah. But then, like, I thought about it. And, like, if you ever, like, read Reddit or, like, any forums, like, people just are rude.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's got the toughest job in the world. Nazir. Nazir, was awesome having you on the show. And, of course, last episode, B-Cavs.
Absolutely.
And this is a message to anybody that's listening to the show. You want to come on the show? We want you to come on the show. just shoot us either a message or message us through our new website.
What up?
Because there is a contact page, and say, I want to come on the show.
Yeah, I
And
know.
Tell us what you want to do, and tell us what you want to talk about. It could be that I've gained weight, and I will love to have you on the show, and Nick would love to write the notes for that. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh.
Don't do it. You can't eat a fucking cashew right now. Like, come on.
That's what happens when you put things in front of me. I just eat them. Anyways, before we get off topic too much, I want to give a shout out to Zen. He's our first commenter and sent me a message via the website.
Yes.
I think,
He's coming on the show soon.
yes, absolutely.
He's another Australian or...
New Zealander, somewhere in that ballpark.
He probably is a New Zealander. Because
I don't know, but they get... I pre-apologize because I think their accents sound very similar, and I always get them confused, and they are two different countries.
Well, actually, I know he's Australian, but I'm going
Okay.
to call him a New Zealander. Just because he's probably going to hear this and go, you son of a bitch!
Yep.
So, anyway.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to talk about a couple of the episodes. It's just fucking funny shit. The first episode, Nick and I are so nervous.
Oh my god.
And you guys heard it in the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hear the squeaky chair.
Yeah, Marcus's gaming chair.
Yeah.
He used it for the podcast, and I've got some, like, metal, like, dented 1962
Nails
from the
on the
Vietnam
chalkboard.
War chair. Yeah.
No, it's newer than that. It's just beat.
No, the one I was sitting in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I don't even know what you dug it up out of the ground when you're doing a construction project or something.
So?
Hosed it off and gave it to me.
No, I spray painted it first.
Oh, okay, thanks. Appreciate the fresh coat of paint.
But either way, the one thing I can say, in another podcast that I listened to, they talked about their first episode, but they're on like episode like 200 and something. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that in the beginning, they were so nervous and they wanted to be prepared. And now it just, even for me, I can talk a lot easier.
Yeah, me too.
And I can ramble a lot.
Well, Exhibit A.
Except, man, that one episode.
Oh, the Marcus's meltdown?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be such a great episode.
No, well, it's because you had like one point that you wanted to turn into a whole episode.
Yeah, and it was just the worst episode ever.
That was terrible.
Yeah. Don't listen to that episode.
That and the Thor Ragnarok episode
See-
are the two least prepared ones.
But the Thor one came out really good, and I actually got comments about that one that they loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, the Thor Ragnarok one, I thought I should have prepared a little better for. I feel like when I do a movie review, I need to be extra thorough, because I always forget points when I'm talking about stuff off the cuff.
But that's why we have Dent on, because like Dent is like Mr. Movie.
Yeah.
And Dent knows so much that even if we slack, he picks up the slack.
That's why he's the Masterson of movie reviews.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it only took you 3 episodes to realize
for me to get that in my brain.
After the first episode, all of the podcast websites that tell you to have a successful podcast, you need to release 3 episodes on the front end. And we didn't. We just went in there guns blazing, and the first episode is terrible. So if anybody actually listened to our podcast, the first episode,
God
they
bless
listen to
you.
it, and they're like, fuck these guys, I'm never listening to this show again. It's awful. But if you actually then you got to the second episode where we,
Some intro music in there.
yeah, we got Ben Sound involved, and he got we used some of his sound, and it was fucking great. And then a couple episodes later, we had our first guest.
Yep, episode 6, Dent.
And-
PC versus console gaming.
And that was such a great episode, and it made me realize that guests are awesome to have on the show.
Absolutely.
Um,
Then a couple episodes later.
but with the same thing about guests, it introduces a whole new level of trouble.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get him on the show.
Well, right.
Oh
my God. Like the
Google
Google Hangout
Hangouts.
and like the YouTube and all that stuff, and trying to figure out all that shit, then trying to convert the files and
To like a FLAC file and then
I think
edit it.
it took us like an hour and a half to figure that shit out.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, it was a late night that time, but we figured it out, and
Yeah, now it takes us probably, like 20 minutes to edit an episode at the back end?
maybe.
It's not that long.
Yeah.
I mean, usually it takes longer because we're like talking back and forth afterwards, but it's not too bad at all. Then we had when did we have our first live episode? 25?
No, it was maybe it was 25.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I'm jumping the gun a little, but like the PAX episodes were pretty fun.
Well, that was really fun because that was the first time we went to a gaming convention, and
Yeah.
I actually pulled out my phone and interviewed somebody. Remember Kenny from China?
Oh my god!
And
Poor Kenny's
Candleman?
accent was so thick. Candleman was a pretty cool game.
Yeah, I had a blast playing it.
That was a cool. Yeah, I don't like platformers, but that was really cool. The art was really cool. The mechanics worked well with like
Just the interview was hilarious.
Yeah, his accent was so thick. I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a wicked nice guy. Was super pumped about his game, but his accent was so thick. I couldn't help but laugh listening to it.
And then on the ultra other side of the spectrum was that fucking awesome guy who made that terrible game Mother Gunship.
I know he was. I think he was from some Eastern European descent. He had a little
It was
bit of
Germany.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah. His chest hair connected exactly into his beard hair. That's how manly this guy was. Like there was no I have a bit of a gap, and Marcus does too. But this guy was just like sweater vest underneath his t-shirt, straight into his beard.
It just screamed man.
Yeah, he was, and then his game Mother Gunship
Yeah.
was like as manly can be. It was all shooting like giant robots,
And it was
like destruction. But it was when you ended up playing, it was not very good. I felt bad. Well, he was a great guy, but his game was not good.
And I already mentioned about the Doc Sotor.
Yep.
I want to have him on the show again, but I feel like I need to study more.
Some psychology a little bit first.
because you guys just get into your rants and I get lost in it. Mm-hmm. But it's awesome to have him on. I mean, just talking about all the problems, the audio troubles, the internet fucking thing.
Yeah, your internet cutting in and
mic
out.
setup and trying to
like-
figure out how to make it sound that we're not in a fucking giant basketball court.
Right.
And then getting the goddamn crickets in my shop. Beep, beep.
Oh yeah, we recorded in your shop a few times. That
Yeah,
was a
because
terrible.
my entire basement was full of kitchen.
Right. Yep.
And I lost that. And then we got the idea to buy 2 Yeti mics.
Yep. And that didn't work out at all.
No, because Yeti mics are not meant to be individual mics.
Right. They're
They're
supposed
meant
to be shared.
solo or shared.
Right.
They're not meant to be in the same room.
So we were just getting. We tried to have 2 Yeti mics, so each of us would have our own mics. And every time one person would talk, both mics would pick it up, and you just get this crazy echo, and it sounded awful.
Right. So hopefully by the next episode,
Yep.
we're on our whole new audio setup with good Shure mics.
Yep.
And a real mixer.
Yep.
So my likes don't sound as detailed as Nick's likes or whatever.
Yeah. So it sounds a little bit more crisp and individualized.
Yeah. Again, if anybody wants to be on the show, please
Shoot us a message.
shoot us a message because we're always looking for guests and we don't, we'll talk about anything.
Anything and everything nerdy related. You shoot us a message either on, the new website.
No, the new website is the way to do it.
Yeah, you
You
can
want to come on the show?
go through the website.
Go through the website and click contact.
Or you can also
Go to the website
and click contact. But as a sidebar, leave us a review. Go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. Say whatever you want. If we get some cool reviews, we will read them on the show.
We should read a couple but there's one of them.
Oh.
Find the Spanish one because I have no idea what it says, but you can read Spanish, right?
Yeah, I can speak Spanish too.
Yeah, I know, but that's reading it.
I know, I can read it.
Just read it in Spanish, and I'm just going to give you the...
Whoa, I think we have 13 ratings. Oh my god. Okay. Estos dos chicos son muy graciosos y entretenidos. Oh, Mariana's going to kill me. And hold on. Entretenidos. This is terrible. Sigan adelante con este podcast. Smiley face. I don't remember what that means at all.
It just must say that this is a shitty podcast, but I'm still giving you 5-star review.
I think we have 13 ratings, but I can only see 3 reviews.
Well,
I know.
You can rate it and not leave a review.
That's true. So someone named Mr. Mysterio, or it should say Mrs. Mysterio, because I think this is Ari, said, "These guys seem great, very knowledgeable, but I heard they're kind of smelly in real life, ... Not sure how to feel about that. Gee, thanks, Ari."
Yeah.
Someone else said, "Boomba! Marcus and Nick are 100% real and down-to-earth people running a podcast about a game I love. Amazingly welcoming and a blast to play SWTOR with. If you love SWTOR and are looking for news and super decent color commentary, check out this podcast."
Oh, that's nice.
Wow, who wrote that?
Rube.
Oh,
Just the only reason why I know that is because it said super decent.
oh, right.
So he's from California, and everything is super decent.
Oh, super decent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rube.
Decent.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, give us a toss 5 stars on there and write whatever you feel like.
So
We'll probably read it.
right. So look for our next podcast to probably be like
A couple weeks.
the 10th,
Perfect.
and it'll be season 2.
Season 2 premiere, January 10th, Thursday,
Oh,
2019.
are we gonna go live more or what? Like,
Yeah, we should definitely go live more.
yeah,
We have the super duper webcam.
awesome. Yeah. So I think maybe like every other one will go live.
Yeah.
I like not being live because then,
You can edit out when you say something stupid.
or when you have to pee and you're doing the pee dance, like
I should just get like a condom catheter. Because I just pee into like my leg basically. And it doesn't go anywhere.
I got nothing.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.